Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today on Under the Radar Review, I'm talking about the 2005 comeback album from Billy Idol. He was an 80s icon, big in my time in the MTV era. He had numerous hits of Dancing with Myself, White Wedding, Hot in the City, Rebel Yell, Flush for Fantasy, Eyes Without a Face, Money Money, To Be Your Lover, and a slew of other. He had multiple platinum albums. In 1993, he released Cyberpunk, which kind of tanked for him, and he kind of went off the grid. He was mentioned a few times here and there. Even Adam Sandler makes fun of him in one of his movies called Wedding Singer, where he sees Billy Idol on the plane, and he goes, "I thought you died or OD'd." He goes, "No, no, man, I'm still alive," and he was, and he went for a comeback in 2005. And this is the album. The other thing with Billy Idol's music, as much of he was seen as a punk rocker, or his image was of that of a punk rocker, his songs were always danceable. So if you were in a club, you danced to Billy Idol. There was, no doubt about it. With this album, he brings back his guitarist Steve Stevens, which was a great sign for us as the fans, and he brought back his original producer Keith Forsey, who produced a lot of his mega platinum albums of the '80s. So we thought it's going to sound like Rebel Yell again, or White Wedding. And this album has a live in the studio feel, but this is the hardest rocking album from Billy Idol, of his career. This is a very, very hard rock album. But I love that fact that it's that. It's very different, and I enjoyed it because of that. I love most of the songs on here. If we go track by track, I'll try to give you a little review. Super Overdrive is a kick ass song, great guitars, great drumming. It just screams Billy's back and ready to kick ass. World Coming Down is a lot more catchier, still rockier. Rat Race starts off with an acoustic opening, but as the chorus comes in, it kicks your ass. Sherry is another, not a rocker, but this is the closest thing you're going to get to 80s sounding Billy Idol sound. Plastic Jesus is a cover song from Ed Rush and George Cromartie. Um, shouldn't fit on this album, but it works. Scream is a great rocker. Yelling at My Christmas Tree is another song that shouldn't be on here, but it fits somehow. It just doesn't make sense, but it fits. Romeo's Waiting is another 80s sounding Billy song. I could see that somewhere on Rebel Yell for sure. Body Snatcher and Evil Eye are very dark and gloomy and very atmospheric dark rockers. Lady Do or Die is kind of countryish. No, yeah, Lady Do is a country song, and it fits. It shouldn't. Like all of a sudden, you have a country song, country-ish, country tinged. I'm gonna say. Let's rephrase that. Country tinged. Um, Cherie is something. I'm not saying it's a ballad, but it's something I could. You know what? As when I hear Billie Eilish singing it, I keep hearing in the background Neil Diamond wanting to do this song. But again, this shouldn't fit. It shouldn't work on this hard rock album, but it just gives it that little curveball. Like I said, there's nice little curveballs on this album. I'll give it that. Summer Running is a very cinematic song about him and his lover running off for the summer somewhere. Starts off slow, but again, it's one of the ones that slowly builds. But it's very cinematic. You can see Billy in his car with his girlfriend taking off for the summer somewhere. Overall, I like this album a lot. A little like I said, Plastic Jesus, Lady Do or Die, Cherie, Yelling at My Christmas Tree are nice little curveballs. Shouldn't work, but he makes it work. Hats off to the producer Keith Forsey and Billy Idol that they did it, that they can make it. So it still has enough twists and turns to make it interesting. There is the tinge of the '80s Billy Idol on a couple of tracks, but overall, this is a hard hitting record, very guitar oriented. Steve Stevens is allowed to let loose on here, but I love that aspect. A lot of people did not like it, didn't do the numbers like they thought, but it started his comeback. I think it deserves a listen. I think it deserves to be on your playlist, a couple of tracks for sure. If you like Billy Idol, if you grew up with Billy Idol and don't know about this album, I urge you to go to one of your streaming services and give it a listen. I think you will be quite impressed with it. but that's my take. I'll put a couple of tracks down below. Let me know. Share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear from you. This is Steven with my under the radar review of Billy Idol's Devil's Playground. See you soon, guys.